Good morning, Ma'am Auxilio, our beloved instructress of Accounting 6A. I am Mark Marlontan and I will report Chapter 12 that you've given to me. Chapter 12 is all about cost, volume, profit relationships. So, at this chapter, we're going to describe the concept and importance of cost, volume, profit relationship, and compute and explain the safety of break-even point and margin, construct and explain the break-even point, and state the assumption and limitation of CBP analysis, then prepare the profit volume graph, and so on. So CBP or cost volume profit relationships. There are basic cost volume profit analysis. So managers are constantly faced the decision about selling prices, variable costs and fixed costs, to be able to choose from among the alternative action. So among the most frequently questioned that required cost estimates and short-run decisions, which is how many units will be manufactured, what is the company's break-even sales, should the selling price be changed, should the company spend more on advertising and more, and so on. So let's proceed to the significance of cost volume profit management, CBP. So here are the 5 elements of organization by focusing on interaction between. So 1. Prices of product. 2. Volume or level activity within the relevant range. 3. Variable cost per unit. 4. Total fixed cost. Mix of products sold, which is number 5. So those that I mentioned above was the relationship may be established, contribution margin per unit or margin income per unit. So in this axis of unit selling price over unit variable cost, the amount each unit sold contributes toward, which is number 1, covering fixed costs, and number 2, providing operating profits. So there is a formula of how to get the CM per unit, or what we call contribution margin per unit. So we're going to so by getting the CM per unit or contribution margin, we're going to USP, or what we call unit selling price, less UVC, or what we call unit variable cost. So therefore you will get the contribution margin per unit. So let's proceed to contribution margin ratio. So this is the percentage of contribution margin to total sales. This ratio is computed as follows. So by getting the contribution margin ratio, we're going just to CM, or what we call contribution margin, divided by sales. So there we can get the contribution margin ratio. So let's proceed to CBP analysis, break-even planning. Break-even point units, how to get break-even points, total fixed cost, contribution margin per unit. To get the break-even point, you will just divide the total fixed cost, divide the contribution margin per unit, and you will get the break-even point. So let's proceed to analysis for revenue and cost planning. CBP analysis can be used to determine the level of sales needed to achieve desired level of profit. So to get the sales unit, you're going to total or add the total fixed cost and desired profit, and you're going to divide it contribution margin per unit, or there's another formula, sales the total fixed cost plus desired contribution margin ratio. And let's proceed to the graph. So there's the graph, you can see the graph, that TR total revenue line, FC fixed cost line. So there is FC and the TR total revenue line, and the TC total cost line, and the BIP which is at the center. Profit volume chart. So there's there you can see the profit and loss, and there are so many assumptions and limitations, and comment. The analysis is valid for a limited range of values relevant and limited period of time. And comment, failure to observe these limits would lead to working with unrealistic data, and so on. So there's an illustrative problem here. Break-even point analysis, which is the sales 100%, 100 units at 100 peso per unit. So 100, so you're going to divide the, oh my goodness, wait a minute. So wait a minute, mom, I'm looking for the calculator, which is not the, so we're going to divide times the 100 units times 100 peso per unit. So there you can get the 10,000 pesos. So cost of goods sold, direct labor 1.5, direct materials 1.4, BFO back variable factory head 1K, fixed factory overhead 500 pesos, and total of 4,400. So 10,000 plus, you're going to less it to get the gross profit. You're going to less the 4, so there you can get the gross profit. And just the same of what I've computed, and let's proceed. So let's proceed to the how to get the net income of company A and B. So there, as you can see, the company E, they have a sales of 10,000, 110,000 rather, which is total of 100%. Company B also, less variable cost, they have different variable costs because the company A has 60% and company B has 30%. So in order to get the contribution margin, you're going to less the variable cost over sales. So sales less variable cost, you're going to get the contribution of total of 44,000, which is 110,000 less 66,000, and there you can get the 44,000 rather. So it's computed and this is the percentage 100%, 60%, and you can get the 40%. So same as the company B, 110,000 less 33,000. There you go, you can get the contribution margin 77,000. So they have a total of 70%. So you're going to less the fixed cost 30. So by company A, total of contribution margin 44,000 less 30,000 equals, then you can get the net income of 14,000. Same as company B, 77,000 less 60,000, which is the 60,000 is the fixed cost that has been less by contribution margin. There you can get the net income of 17,000 for company B. So A's change in profit, so they have 14 less 10 equals 4 divide 10. So there you go, you can get the 40%, so you get times 100. There you go, you can get the 40%. So same as the B, company B, change in profits, they have 17 percentage less 10 percentage equals divided by 10. You can get the 70% times 100. There you go, 70%. So these results are what we expected. Operating leverage indicates what change in net income can be expected from a change in sales volume, and the same logic applies to company B. Thank you, ma'am. I hope you appreciate my effort, even if it's already too late to pass this report. Thank you, ma'am. God bless.